Go ahead with Coach Wes Moore from NC State. Coach, if you could give us an opening statement, please, sir.
Well, again, it was not real pretty in the first half. We hadn't played in almost 2 weeks, and I was concerned about that. I thought we were pretty loose, and the stage I don't think bothered us, but I just think maybe we just weren't as quite as smooth as we would have liked to have been. But I thought defensively, rebounding, the things this team has done all year long carried us through. And then the second half, we finally executed a little better. So, Elon's had a great year. They had won 13 straight coming into today, which is pretty amazing. And I think Charlotte Smith just does an unbelievable job there. So, congrats to them on a great season. And like I said, we're excited about the next opportunity.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Ladies, if you could come take a seat. All right, we're going to go ahead and open the floor up for questions for the student athletes. Once again, if you have questions for the student athletes at this point. Yes, sir.
Kira, what's going through your mind going to play not only your former teammates, but that's where you graduated from. It's your alma mater on Sunday.
It's just another game that we have to come ready to play. I mean, I feel like I have an advantage because I know some of the tendencies, some of the plays, so I'm just excited for Sunday.
Did you ever imagine when you left Maryland that you would be seeing them the very next year?
Not the next year. I knew it was possible from the Big Ten ACC Challenge, but I didn't know we were going to be matched up in the NCAA Tournament.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Yes.
Chelsea, talk about, this is a very physical game. Talk about the athleticism of your team that's helped you play through a game like that, get through that first half and really, then take control as you needed to. What was going on? What were they doing to make it, instead of just bodying up, what was making it hard for you all to drop shots until the second half?
I just think we were just off a little bit. I think we were taking pretty good shots that weren't really falling for us, but second half, we were just trying to get as much as transition play as we could, and when we got our transition, we were just flowing the floor out, and we just started playing better together, and things started flowing for us, and getting second chance shots.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, ladies, you're excused. You can go on back to the locker room. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and take questions for Coach Moore at this point. Yes, sir.
Coach, one game away from the Sweet 16. That hasn't happened here since 2007. What would that mean to the program to have that banner?
Well, obviously, it would be great. We lost 4 seniors last year that were great leaders, great players, 4 of our top 5 scorers. And I think everyone felt like this would be kind of a rebuilding year, if you want to call it that. And then we started out 1-3 in the ACC. And I'm just, really proud of these young ladies, what they've been able to do, what they've been able to accomplish. Again, we're not always, aesthetically looking good out there on offense, but we're defending, we're rebounding, and hitting enough shots to be successful. So, we need to focus. I think Kiera summed it up perfectly. We've got to be another game. I know that's boring and all, but we just got to go play basketball. We've been pretty successful here at home. The crowd was good today. I hope they all bring back 10 of their best friends, and we sell this place out Sunday and make it a great atmosphere. But we know we're going to have our hands full. I've got a lot of respect for Maryland. Brenda Freeze does an amazing job. They've won a national championship, so we'll have a big challenge before us. But it's great to have that opportunity.
Let's go in the back real quick.
Hey, Coach, can you just comment briefly on Erica's development and how important she's become, not only when she's on the floor, but also in the rotation, especially with Chelsea getting again with foul trouble?
Yeah, I've always had a lot of confidence in Erica, and she knocked a few shots down today, which was great to see. I definitely think she's capable of doing that. I think the other thing Erica can do is she can kind of match up with the 4 or the 5. She's strong enough to go inside and guard somebody, and then she can move well enough to guard somebody out at the 3-point line. So She's a great rebounder. When she goes and gets it, she grabs it with two and chins that thing pretty well. So definitely giving us a lift, and I think Dee Dee can as well. Just those two both, we're just kind of seeing who's got it that day, and also it has something to do with the matchups we face on the other teams as to who's going to play the most prominent role that particular game. But it's good to see her step out there and knock some shots down, because that makes us a whole lot tougher to guard, especially to pick on the ball. If you've got her spotted up, those posts like to interchange on the pick and roll when they're showing big, for instance, and that usually leaves the four-player open. And so for her to knock those shots down, hopefully that's something we can take advantage of in the future.
Do you have a question up here?
Playing such a physical game, I mean, all games are physical, but this one looked like it was at an extreme that you haven't seen for a while, but your team seemed to handle it fairly well. Looking forward to Sunday, you used some of your bench. I mean, that was strategic, obviously. How can a win like this and playing such a game like that help you against a team like Maryland, which has?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in ACC. I mean, we see physical every game, and that's what I told them before the game. The ACC is a great conference, and you play some of the best teams in the country, night in, night out. So it prepared us for this situation. This is going to be, in a way, a whole lot easier situation than what we see in the ACC tournament, where you have 24 hours or less turnaround. So here we have a chance to catch our breath, maybe watch a little film tonight, go over them in practice tomorrow, film again tomorrow night, Sunday. So this, again, having that extra day, I think will be good for us. It was nice to be able to get them out for a few minutes, but, I always say this, the players would rather play than practice. So, we practice 4 or 5 days in a row. They'd rather play games. So I'm sure the adrenaline and the energy that'll be here Sunday will make them forget about any aches and pains they may have.
Right up front here.
Coach Kiera said it's going to be just another game for her. Do you imagine that it will be as easy as she thinks it'll be?
I hope it is.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and tell you how she'll respond. Again, let me say this, Maryland was great to work with through the whole process. They paid for her summer school so she could graduate. She graduated in 3 years, which is why she has 2 years eligibility left, because she redshirted with an injury. And they were great every step of the way working with us. And so it is kind of ironic, obviously, that we're playing them. Sometimes the committee has a weird sense of humor, and they do stuff like this. I mean, it really, really crazy. But I hope she can handle it that way. Hope she just thinks, okay, here's my scout, here's my matchup, this is what I have to do. I'm sure she's friends with a lot of those girls, but hopefully she can block that out and just play basketball and not get caught up in the emotion of it.
What has she added this year? It's really the first year she's been injury-free since high school.
Yeah, Key, first of all, when they contacted us about transferring and all, I knew she was athletic. I knew she had good size, but she shoots the three better than I remembered her out of high school. Of course, when I got here, she had already committed to Maryland. I'm sure that would have made a big difference, me being here. But she had already committed, and so I didn't see her play a ton. But she's able to match up defensively with a little bit of more size. She's able to be a factor on the boards. She can get to the rim off the bounce, and then if you back off, she can knock down the three well enough to keep you honest. So she's had a great year, and she came off a really tough injury. I mean, doctors told us it'd be like an 18-month recovery to be fully 100%. So that's probably about where we're hitting right now. But I know she has to deal with some pain and some things, but she's made a big difference for us, obviously, especially with the losses we had to graduation last year.
Any other questions? All right, Coach, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here.